All right, let's dive right in. Today we're talking about a technology that isn't just about speeding up medicine. It's about launching it into a completely new era. We're going to look at an AI engine called BiRAGAS. And trust me, it's tackling one of the biggest, most expensive problems in all of science. Just look at this number, $150 billion. Now that's not the valuation of some new tech giant. Nope. According to the source material, this is how much money gets wasted every single year because of how inefficient medical research is. It's an absolutely staggering figure that represents delays, failures, and ultimately lives that could be saved. So you see a number like that, and you have to ask, how? I mean, how does an industry that's all about saving lives end up burning through a fortune like that? Well, the answer is a bottleneck, one that has been frustrating scientists for decades.
And that bottleneck is the whole process of discovering what we call biomarkers. You can think of these as biological signals in our bodies that can predict, diagnose, or even monitor diseases. Finding these signals is, well, it's step one. It's the absolutely crucial first step for developing new drugs and tests. But the way we've been doing it is just fundamentally broken.
And what's really eye-opening is when you break down that massive number. Look at this, $30 billion in opportunity cost just from drugs being delayed. Another $50 billion in write-offs from clinical trials that just fail. And then there's $35 billion lost simply because critical data is stuck in different places, in different formats, unable to talk to each other. It's a system that's literally crippled by its own complexity.
So, to really appreciate the revolution we're about to see, we've got to first understand the old way of doing things. And it's a process you measure not in days or weeks, but in years.
This right here illustrates the problem perfectly. To find just one potential biomarker, you'd have a team of brilliant scientists spending 18 to 24 months digging through data. Think about that. 2 years of work before you even have a clue if you're on the right path. Just imagine the cures and treatments sitting out there, undiscovered, because the process is just too slow.
But what if? What if you could take those 2 years of work and compress them into the blink of an eye? This is where BiRAGAS steps onto the stage, and the change it brings is, and I'm not exaggerating, nothing short of revolutionary. So this is where your jaw might just hit the floor. The timeline? It goes from 24 months down to under 2 seconds. The cost? It plummets from over $2 million for a single project to just $50,000. That's a 95% reduction. And the failure rate, which used to be as high as 40%, drops all the way down to just 7%. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a total reinvention of the process.
And here's the kicker. It does all of this while hitting an incredible, systematically validated accuracy of 93%. You see, this isn't just about being fast. Anyone can be fast. This is about being fast and right. And in medicine, being right is everything.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This sounds like science fiction. How is this even possible? Well, the secret lies in creating a universal language for biology, something the source material perfectly describes as an API for biology. At the very heart of BiRAGAS are its I/O specifications. The best way to think about this is like a universal translator. It creates a single, standard format that allows any AI system to perfectly understand and communicate with any set of biological data, no matter where it came from or what format it was in. I absolutely love the analogies they use here because they just make it so clear. It's like making all biological data speak the same language, kind of like a USB-C port for science. It just works. Then it automatically checks the quality of the data, acting like a spell checker for research. And finally, it makes sure the results are totally reproducible, almost like a blockchain for biology. It just brings order to the chaos. And it all works through 4 pretty straightforward steps. First, the query takes a scientist's question and translates it for the AI. Second, the document phase gathers up all that messy biological data, cleans it, and makes sure it's good to go. Third, the response delivers the answer in a super clear, structured way. And finally, the evaluation step double-checks everything to make sure it hits that 93% accuracy. It's a seamless machine for getting reliable answers from incredibly complex data. So we've seen the problem, and we've seen this incredible technology that solves it. But what does this actually mean for the future of medicine? What does it mean for all of us? Well, on the business side of things, the opportunity is just immense. We're talking about a platform that's targeting a $155 billion market,
covering everything from pharmaceuticals and diagnostics to academic research. Every single one of these areas is screaming for this kind of disruption. But honestly, the money isn't even the most exciting part. The real impact here, it's human. A 70% reduction in the preclinical timeline, that means new drugs get to patients years faster. A 40% improvement in clinical trial success means more life-saving treatments will actually make it to the pharmacy. This technology is what makes true precision medicine, treatments tailored not just to a disease, but to you, a real possibility.
There's this quote from the source document that just perfectly nails the scale of this vision. Think about it. Just like Amazon Web Services created the foundation for the modern internet, BiRAGAS is designed to be the foundational platform that the entire future of biological discovery is built on.
And that really brings us to the final critical question. This technology represents a 1,000-fold acceleration of science. So I'll leave you with this. If we could suddenly move that fast, what would we cure first? Cancer? Alzheimer's? Rare genetic diseases? The possibilities are just staggering, and for the very first time, they might actually be within our reach.